We are not afraid to talk about bumps and things like that in the short term with Dogecoin, but the truth is, if you are willing to hold Dogecoin for the long term, you're going to be massively profitable off of that investment, especially from this current point in time. Dogecoin is going to see a lot of these big things we've been waiting for all of a sudden starting to pile on and getting more and more and more attention, to the point where Dogecoin is going to blast off and will change people's lives like nothing we have seen before in the cryptocurrency space. It's going to be glorious, of course. And take a look at this. Bitcoin is so 2021. Here's why some institutions are set to bypass the number one. And take a look. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Dogecoin, XRP. We're also looking at Avalanche, looking at Polkadot. We're looking at a number of other cryptocurrencies. Some of them which have their own blockchain are definitely getting a lot more attention, especially as of recent. But this is just cool to see, because the truth is we are going to see a lot of bigger institutions starting to come in and put big money into cryptocurrencies that are not Bitcoin. Right now, it's been almost exclusively Bitcoin that the institutions, that the big investors have been looking at. But as that starts to shift, as people start to realize the value further down the line, Dogecoin is going to benefit massively from that, as a lot of people start to see exactly why people are choosing it to become the cryptocurrency of Earth, the one that is used more than any other for simple transactions, for things like that. And when you do that, you're going to buy more Dogecoin and you're going to hold more of it, which will lead to the price skyrocketing. So a lot of things to be excited about in regards to that. And well, don't worry, we'll talk about some of the negatives of Bitcoin and what we have to worry about in just a second here. One thing you do got to worry about with Bitcoin is, what if the price does go down to around $30,000? So right now, what we're seeing with the price of Bitcoin is it's staying in around that $46,000 range, but hovering between 46 and 48,000. Now, unfortunately, if we do see Bitcoin falling below 44,000, that's the point where we should definitely be worried. As long as it stays above that, I'm going to continue being optimistic for the most part, but at that point, we should have some concerns. So we'll be continuing to monitor that. Make sure you're subscribing with notifications on to stay updated as we watch that more closely. And I will let you know instantly, as fast as I can at least, when it does happen. And that will be a big signal there. Can Dogecoin reach $1? This article coming in, and it is from the Motley Fool, believe it or not. Kind of crazy. The Motley Fool, they're going back and forth. Some of their articles are more positive, some are more negative, and you really just can't trust flip-floppers like that. Let me read a couple of these chats. By the way, if you just came in, take a second to hit the like button for the sake of Dogecoin. Chris needs to put some money in Dogecoin ASAP, says Nick. I do not know Chris Schisler. Interesting. Should we be taking profits regardless of the price before the end of the year? Because with all the new coins coming into circulation, will it affect the price coming in from Spencer? And the answer is absolutely, it affects the price. I mean, when you have so many new cryptos and people are not sure where to put their money or what to put it in, when you have a lot of coins that are in the name of Inu, in the name of Dogecoin, copying Dogecoin, it does absolutely have some negative impacts on the price of Dogecoin, because less people are going to be as likely to buy Dogecoin as they are with other cryptos. Now, to the question of should you be selling, the answer is, if you are really not able to accept any risk at all, then you probably do need to take some profits right now on Dogecoin. Now, personally, I'm not doing that because I'm willing to take the risk that it could fall a little bit more, because we know no matter what, if you're going to hold for the long term, you are going to make massive money on Dogecoin. It's not even close. You will see life-changing gains from this coin. So it just depends. Will you be too scared in the short term? If you're the type of person who sees it go down a little bit and then decides to sell, well, then in that case, you maybe should go ahead and do what you want to do now. But if you're willing to hold long term, and even still, if you don't want to take that risk now, I mean, you also have to consider the fact that Elon Musk tweeted not too long ago and it made the price of Dogecoin go up a lot. We've seen other things, the Robinhood wallets that are coming soon, other big catalysts like that. Elon Musk could tweet again that Dogecoin is actually being accepted for Tesla merch. So far, he's only tweeted that it's coming. We don't even know when it's coming yet. So it's coming soon. That tweet is going to cause another spike for Dogecoin, hopefully. So there's two things right there that could happen at any point within the next week, within the next few days, that could cause the price to go up even more. When Tesla actually is accepting Dogecoin, I mean, that's a big deal. A lot of people will be using that and taking it and running with it and buying things using Dogecoin from that. So that's why you probably should be a little more careful. What's going on with Doge X? So I'm really happy that Dogex, it has such a strong community with so many amazing people in it. The Dogex community is by far its biggest strength. Now, I've been really hoping that we see the team pushing even harder to get some of these things done faster, which I think is going to be exciting. It does take time. Obviously, no project that's worth putting your money into is going to be extremely fast. It takes time. So we're seeing some big future catalysts when it comes to Dogex. The biggest one by far being Dogecoin spiking and being this channel getting a lot more viewers so we can talk more about it and let people know how it is one of the highest quality projects ever, the most combinations in NFT history. So once we do get onto those future bumps, that's when we're going to see some more excitement. Matt, the king of Dogex and the Dogex army coming in from OG Doge King. I like it. And thank you for the chat as well from both of you guys. As we do continue to watch these articles come out, that is overall a great title though. I mean, you gotta say, Dogecoin to $1, not a bad title at all. Bitcoin right now is still up on the day, but down 5% this week. So not a good week for BTC. Ethereum down 2% this week to 3,955, but it is getting closer to that 4,000 number again after a 2.6% gain today. Solana, actually one of the ones that's up on the week, not a lot are, up 7% on the week, up to 184. And I've been saying on my Patreon, I've been touting Solana. I've been saying I like it, and we're talking about it early on the Patreon, which is definitely something I would recommend you go and check out if you're not part of the Patreon already. But as we continue to watch these, Cardano up 2%, and Dogecoin has done decently this week, up 1.9% on the week and up 2.56% today, which means it is beating most of the other top cryptos. Polkadot down 8%, and like I said, Bitcoin down 5%. So Dogecoin is outperforming most of the pack right now because people are saying, look at this, Dogecoin's at 17 cents. How the heck is that a bad price to be accumulating more? And the answer is it's not, especially if you're willing to hold long term. COCKTAILBAR. And I've had to be careful saying that because YouTube gets mad for some reason. But yes, COC is absolutely one of my biggest points of optimism for 2022, and it's not even close. And of course, Dogecoin is our favorite by far, but at the same time, you want to be diversifying, and if you're not holding any COC, then perhaps you're going to miss out on the train there. And I continue to post about that as well. And this comes as we are seeing too, Elon Musk might be selling stock, but other insiders are buying it up. Now, that's pretty dang good to see, and we're going to talk more on that soon. But one thing that you should absolutely be doing right now is smashing the like button. What the heck are you doing if not? But so this is the article coming out. Elon Musk's more than 1,300 corporate executives and officers have snapped up shares of their own firms during the past 30 days, which is an increase from what it was previously. More optimism overall. That said, we still are seeing a decent amount of sales coming in from these top executives. The truth is it's somewhere in the middle. It's actually starting to go up from where it was. A lot of people buying, but with Tesla having Elon Musk himself selling some, there's less optimism. But then again, the price is now lower because of that, which is leading to more people wanting to buy it up. If Tesla can skyrocket even more from now, it's going to be even more influential in helping with Dogecoin. That's obviously something all of us are rooting for and all of us want to see happen, despite the fact that revenue-wise, there's not a lot of justification for the price being this high yet. Some people are saying, you know what? Everything will eventually come through, and it's going to be way better than people are expecting. With Tesla, they're going to expand into other fields in huge ways, and that could be what causes the big spike. Do you consider yourself a whale for Doge? LOL. I mean, yeah. Spencer Bath coming in. Thank you for the chat, Spencer. Obviously, if you are a whale for Dogecoin, then you, of course, are making most likely an extremely smart decision by doing that there, as we are also seeing this. Take a look. Ray Dalio, this guy is quite a trip. He is now saying he's very impressed that cryptocurrency has held up for more than a decade. But basically what this guy is doing is a classic bait and switch. He'll continue saying positive things that seem good about cryptocurrency. Like, oh yeah, look how it's been able to survive this long. Look how we're seeing more investors with confidence. Oh wow. But then he always follows that with some more negative things about it. The truth is, what this guy wants you to do is take your money out of out of cryptocurrency and put it into stocks, and also take your money out of gold, take your money out of everything that you possibly can, take your money out of money itself, out of the dollar, and buy stocks instead. Why? Because that's his entire thing. He has the largest investment group in the entire world. And so, of course, he wants to do that. He wants to continue having his stocks go up. So he's going to keep saying things like this. And the quotes from him are actually pretty silly. He says, I think it's impressive for the last 10 years that the programming has still held up. Well, yeah, of course it's held up. What do you expect? Well, like he seems to be hinting, oh, well, maybe it won't hold up much longer. It hasn't been hacked and so on. And it has an adoption rate. Well, yeah, that's right. And he even is saying, oh, look, I own some Bitcoin. Therefore, you need to trust me. And then sell off your Bitcoin and buy stocks instead. Is the overall arching message here, the overarching message. There's no doubt what he's doing, and we can see through it very clearly here. I view crypto as alternative money in an environment where the value of cash money is depreciating in real terms, he says. Later, he added, I would like to say that cash, I've been quoting, saying cash is trash. That cash, which most investors think is the safest investment, I think it is the worst investment. So you can't hold cash. You probably shouldn't hold too much crypto because look at that, all the words he's using. What if it gets hacked? What if people stop adopting it? You know, who knows? He in his entire book he just released, he hardly even mentioned anything that was related to cryptocurrency, no account of it. And now this guy is coming out and doing articles like this. I mean, you know what, Ray? We're not going to listen to you. You can try your hardest to convince us to, but we've learned very clearly from your past behaviors that the second people start believing you're pro cryptocurrency, you're going to turn around again and say something negative about it, trying to use that influence that you built in the crypto community to actually take it down from the inside. He's a smart dude. He knows exactly what he's doing here. And that, of course, is why we're very careful now of him. And we're going to continue watching out for what he says. Final stand, where do you see Dogecoin by the end of the year? That is a good question. So we only have what? I think like 10 days left in the year, something like that. Maybe no, a little more than that. But however many days we have left in the year, that's not a lot of time. So we're probably not going to see anything too crazy. The thing we're hoping for, right, is if we do see a big Elon tweet about the Tesla acceptance, that could be the thing that actually does send us to a pretty crazily high level even before the end of the year. And so that's one thing we're looking for that could happen. And if that happens, I think we're easily going to be able to go back to some of those higher points that we were just a few months ago. So that's one thing to look out for. But there's no guarantees, right, of exactly when anything will happen. You just have to be optimistic, and the people who are will be massively rewarded for it. But anyway, I'm Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.